Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Happy New Year, my Level Up friends and family. Welcome to 2025. And when I was thinking today just about some things that I wanted to talk to you about, a couple of things popped into my head. I wanted to talk about the vision and the future of network marketing. And I wanted to talk about kind of the power of it and building generational wealth. And so first, I want to start by saying the future of network marketing is so bright. This business model is one of the most brilliant business models on the planet. This is a business that I've been building for 19 years. Actually, it will be 19 years this year in 2025, May 30th. And I am so passionate about what this business can do for you, for your family, and not only for you, but again, we're going to be talking about the generations of people in your business, generations of your family. You know, there's no business out there that's really worthwhile as easy, right? So this business is not easy. And when people ask me what's the hardest thing about it, it's probably the pain of growth. It's the pain of becoming who you are, of evolving, of developing the skills, the discipline. It's so easy to remain who we are. It's so easy to stay inside of our comfort zone. So these are just a few things I have jotted down. And then I made some bullet points of like what's on my heart around it. So first of all, welcome to 2025. When you think of 2025, I want you to think about the year of possibilities. You know, the word possibilities is pretty powerful. Like, what's possible for your life? What's possible for your business? What's possible for your mindset? What's possible for your income? What's possible for your growth? Like, this is the year of possibilities, and you get to decide what your possible is. You're not, when it comes to this industry of network marketing, you're not applying for a job. You're starting a business, and some of you might already be in a company in this business, but let's really be real here. Let's create the year of possibilities. And if you've already created a tremendous amount of success, I know that I have, and I'm so grateful for it, but there's so much more that's possible beyond what I have already created. And a lot of you might fall into that same category. And so when we think about the year of possibilities, you know what I love about that word? That is what inspired me to say yes and start a network marketing business. The vision of what is possible. And that is what is so powerful about our industry. So when I really sit here and I reflect on the last few years, we have spent so much time focusing on what's probable. We have spent so much time focusing on what's average. Now, I know like in my company and probably your company, we always want to refer people to the earnings statement so that we never make any false income claims because we can't guarantee anybody's success, right? Like you're the factor. You're the difference. We could all start with the same company and the same products, but your level of success is going to be your level of commitment, your level of determination, your level of activity, your level of urgency, your level of mindset, your level of practice. Like you have the ability to create these possibilities, but we focus on average and we focus on probable. And we also spend a lot of time comparing ourselves to others. I mean, we know that the comparison is the thief of joy, and yet we do it. I'm asking you, as you begin this year and you're creating your possible, to put on your blinders. And so when you think about blinders, like when a dog gets fixed, you know that cone that he puts on their head, like that, I don't want you to look to the left. I don't want you to look to the right. You know, for me, the best thing that ever happened to me at the beginning of my business was that there was no social media. And look, I know people be like, Deb, because of social media, I can hit way more thousands of people. I get it. Yes. We connect with lots of people on social media. Because of social media, you and I are able to connect. Yes, it expands our ability to reach out. But let's be very, very brutally honest. It is also a time sucker, like a time sucker. How much of 2024 did you spend scrolling? And trust me, I'm not talking here from a soapbox. If we really added up the amount of minutes, the amount of hours, and the amount of days that we were scrolling, and let's be honest, most of the time just looking at mindless stuff, and also comparing like, oh my gosh, this person's relationship looks amazing. They look like they're booming in their business. You know, we're comparing and we're justifying. I joined my company back in 2006. And in that particular time, my company's been around 45 years. It's an amazing company with a lot of growth. But that particular year, there was not a lot of growth company-wide. But because I didn't have any friends yet, because I had nobody to talk to, because we didn't see ourselves on social media, I had no idea that there wasn't a lot of growth. Okay. Now I came in, my results were very much not typical or average, and I really shot to the top. I had a vision. I had determination. I had activity. I read our compensation plan. I thought it was amazing. I read about our industry. I'm like, this is brilliant. This is genius. I felt like I was running around telling every single person about it. Like I discovered oxygen. So I didn't know at that particular time in my company that there wasn't a lot of promotions going on. I just didn't know. So because there was the distractions of looking around, looking to the left, looking to the right, I had childlike belief and I stayed in my own lane. And I know that if I would have had proof of what other people were doing, I might have been like, oh, what I'm doing is not normal. Or, oh, I would have thought I was better than I really was. Like I thought everybody was doing what I was doing. So I held myself and I held my business to a higher standard. And I was constantly focusing on expansion. Okay. Make this your year of expansion. So when we talk about the power of network marketing and how's this business model so thriving, my company that I'm with is a hybrid of direct selling and network marketing. And I love that. So if you don't know what the difference is, direct selling is me directly selling products. I'm selling products. I get compensated for selling products, right? It's sales. I get a commission. That's direct selling. Network marketing is I'm always looking for other people that I could teach to do what I do, to also sell products. So I want you to make this your year of expansion. When you're coaching people to success, don't teach them how to sell their way to the first level or the second level. And so many people are doing that today. And then you know what happens? People think they need to be this big influencer. They think they need to have 100,000 followers. They think they need to have $100,000 in personal sales. I've never had that in personal sales in a given month. So teach them the power of expansion immediately. You start a business, build a team. And so when we teach them just to sell, like, so in other words, if you have a sales amount to your first manager level and you tell them you sell your way there, what's going to happen is they're going to run through their entire network. They're going to call their friends. They're going to call their family. I'm shooting for my first promotion. I need this much in sales. Number one, that's giving just not the best energy to our business, right? Like I'm so proud of my business. I'm always looking to sell. I have a belief that everybody needs or should have what I have to sell. I have that much belief in the products, but I'm not just focusing on orders. I'm not just focusing on calling people and saying, I'm taking my business to the next level. You all need to order from me. And if you're doing this, that's the image that you're giving off to your network. That's what they're going to think your business is. That's what they're going to think they're going to have to do to build this business. They're going to think they have to sell to all of their friends and all of their family. Now, with that said, yes, we sell. Yes, I sell. But here's the thing. I started my business almost 19 years ago and immediately scheduled 15 presentations. I wanted to present my entire business. And I talked about things. This is my company. This is why I started. This is where I'm going. This is what the business opportunity entails. I'd love to build this business with you. This is our product philosophy. And so my mission was to get my opportunity and my products in front of as many people as I possibly could. I shared my business boldly. And that's one of the reasons too that we say don't compare yourself to other people, because a lot of people, when they're starting a business like this, they're sharing their business meekly. They're not really asking. They're kind of mentioning, I'm doing this thing. And they're also kind of going in with the mindset that I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to give this a whirl. I'm going to see how this goes. And when we come in with that mindset, and if you have that mindset, or if you've had that mindset in the past, I'm asking you to burn that. I'm asking you to write it down on a piece of paper and burn it. Because if you're seeing how this goes, and I want to say this with so much love, nobody's following you. Because they want to see how you're going to do, right? When you're sharing it boldly, you kind of have the energy. It's not arrogant, but you're like, I'm building this. I'm excited about this. I want you on my team. But kind of that energy of like, with you or without you, I'm building this. Your future doesn't depend on one person's decision. So I was looking for people to join me. But if they weren't interested, and I'll be really honest, not everybody was interested. Not everybody's interested today in what I do, and that's fine. But most people bought products from me because the products are amazing and they loved them. And then as a result of loving them, what do you think happened? I was building up this customer base of loyal customers. So do you see the difference? My focus was expanding my team. I did that by creating activity, not just working the phones and selling my way to management levels. I am a network marketing professional. I present my business. I present my products. You know, some people out there call them parties. I personally don't like to call them parties because I feel like it minimizes my business, but you could call them anything you want. But if we get together and we're talking about my business, my company, my products, my opportunity, it's a party, right? But I call them business presentations. And at these business presentations, by creating activity, tons of sales happened as a result. Most people focus on sales and they just aren't asking people to join them. And as a result, they're building a linear business. That is direct selling. It isn't network marketing. So you're not really gaining and growing the benefits of this powerful industry. Plus, here's what also happens. You're not getting into their network. So if I'm bringing in 2 or 3 people and I'm teaching them how to sell their way to the first management level, right? How am I going to get in touch with their network? If you want to build a network marketing business, learn how to become a network marketing professional. You ever wonder why some of you can bring people into your business, okay? You even have the ability to coach them maybe to the first management level, and then nothing. They don't grow from there. Well, that's one of the reasons why you taught them to be direct sellers. They've run through their network. They don't know what to do. They haven't gotten you in front of their network. You haven't been able to cast the vision. We are network marketers. Every time you bring a new person into your business, you're expanding your network, and your job is to get into their network to help them build this business as soon as possible. I have 2 missions when I start someone in my business. One, I always want to coach them to the top. I do. Okay. Even if that's not where they want to go today, I want to just build that vision of what is possible. And my second is I want to help them find a team and then help them identify leaders within their network. That's how you ever have sometimes people like, I ran out of people. You can't run out of people. We're living on a planet with 7 billion people. People are looking for what we have. Of course they are, but you have to expand your network by bringing new people into your business, because every single person you know knows between 200 and 1,000 people, right? Our job is to help new people get into activity. It's amazing to me how many people spend their time, like they'll bring a new person in and then they're meeting with them and then they're strategizing with them, and nothing is happening. there's no growth. You don't need to strategize. Get into activity. Teach your system for success, right? Coach your team into activity and meet up with them and potential business partners and guests and share your business and share your products. So when people ask for, let's strategize, what they're doing is they're just avoiding the work. They're avoiding the system. They're looking for that silver nugget that's going to take them to the next level of success. We sell product. We're always looking for others who also want to sell product, and we grow our leadership. And when we grow our leadership, we increase the efficiency of our organization. And we do this all by creating activity. Like every skill is going to be created. Like we have training calls. You could listen to podcasts, but then you have to apply that stuff. You're listening to me today. You need to apply this because knowledge without action is really it's just sitting on ice. It's not doing anything. When people want to talk, they're just avoiding that magic pill. Activity creates everything. It cures everything. That is what this business is. Without activity, you just don't have a business, period. So I want you to challenge yourself this year to always be focusing on expansion. Always think about adding to your team because you're going to have two things that are guaranteed to happen no matter what company you're with. You're always going to have people that quit. Always. Sometimes it's a temporary quit. I have somebody that was in my business for an extended period of time. She's been out of my business for close to a decade. She's back now and she just promoted to the first management level and she's really excited. But guess what? I had to keep building. If I was just sitting there waiting for her to come back, chances are she probably wouldn't want to join me. But two things you're always going to have is people are going to quit. Okay. And then people are also going to promote. So you always want to be building that with. The magic of this business model is one of the things I always teach is find your four who start a business and find four people that also want to start a business. And then you're selling along the way. They're all selling along the way, right? And then as soon as you enroll, your network expands. They have more people that they can sell to. They have more people that they can share their business with. So focus on who's your next four people that you're enrolling into your business. And then promote those four people. Help those four people grow to the next management level by expansion, by sharing this business model with other people, by sharing their business with other people, and then do it again. And then do it again. If anybody thinks you start a business, find four, work with them, and hope they're going to be here forever, I am so sorry to tell you that's not the way this business works. Build with. I have built with in my business for over 18 years. That's why I love it. I love it. People will always quit on me. They quit on me. They quit on you. Okay. There will always be people who have these really big goals and they don't do anything. There are some people that will join your business just because they love the community and they just love all the positive calls. Okay. I want to be able to love those people where they are, but the only way I can love them where they are is if I'm staying true to my goals and my mission and building that with. So average enroll one or two people, they work with them, build with. That's network marketing. If anybody ever told you that you find a few and chill, like what job would it be? Okay, go make a few sales and go rest on those laurels, or go get a promotion and then go sit with your feet up and help the 3 people on your team do the same. That's not how you become more. That's not how you do more. That's not how you become who you're meant to be in the world. And it's certainly not how you grow a network marketing business. It's over and over and over again. And I am always, again, almost 19 years in this business, I'm always enrolling new people in this business. That is the power of our industry and our future. Okay, so here's a hypothetical question I'm going to ask you. Do you believe that you can build to VP level this year? And I think no matter, maybe some people call it star level. You know that level. There's those top levels. So whatever you call them in your business, do you believe that you have what it takes to grow to those levels this year? So first of all, I want to challenge that. If you're not an immediate yes, we operate at our belief level. We take action at our belief level. We share this business and our products with our belief level. And if your underlining belief is, I don't have what it takes, you will never share it boldly. You will never take bold action. So it's building that belief. And how do you build that belief? You might be saying, well, Deb, how do I believe? Activity. I just went over it. You're going to build skills and activity. You're going to build vision and activity. You're going to build belief and activity. You're going to build confidence in activity. That's why it's so important to be in activity. Okay. So one of the numbers that I always like to refer to is 2,500. Okay. So you might have a different number in your business, but I want you to take 2,500 okay, and break it up. So regardless of your company, I love that number. Every person, if you're building a network marketing business, you should at minimum be responsible for 2,500 new business every month. Now, if you were just doing 2,500 and you didn't have a team, you'd have a nice little direct selling business, okay? But we're talking network marketing. So network marketing doesn't mean you always are selling more on your own. It means you're teaching and training other people how to do what you do. So you're leveraging your time through your leadership, okay? So look at the 2,500. That's your minimum every month. Now, that isn't a big number. I want to be very, very honest with all of you. So I've been building, I keep saying 19 years, but I have to always remind myself. And my focus is always that I am responsible for way more than that myself every single month. Okay. And I would coach you to do the same, but I'm picking this number for a minimum amount. So now I want you to think of a bigger number. I want you to think of 40,000. Okay. Creating 40,000 on your team. And so a lot of people, that number seems big to them. Do you know why? Because they're immediately thinking, who do I know? How can I sell $40,000 worth of product? But it's a big number if that's the way you're focused on how you're going to sell $40,000 worth of product. But what about if you helped and taught and trained 16 people how to create 2,500 in sales, right? That's so much more attainable. That duplicates. So that's what I mean. Like find 4, help them create this, right? Help another 4, help them create this. And then when I talk about the third piece of our business, becoming a leader, so you develop leaders and you increase the efficiency of your organization, you're able to coach, you're able to teach, you're able to help people develop their skills. So and in addition to this, I want you to focus on excellence. You know, we all come into this business. I want you to raise your standards in 2025. I do. And I'm going to say something, and it might hurt a little bit. And some of you might want to reach through the computer or the phone, wherever you're listening to this, and punch me in the throat. Okay? But I'm going to say it anyway. I want you, if you're somebody that falls below the bar, meaning you're in a company, there's a certain amount of sales required to maintain your management level, and you're not hitting that mark, I'm asking you to make not maintaining your management level never an option. And I'm saying this with as much love as I possibly can. You cannot have a year of possibilities with basement mentality. If your goal is ever to just maintain a management level, you're going to fall beneath the mark every single time. It's called basement mentality. And the reality is you will never attract excellence in your business if you're settling for mediocre. Now, you might be listening to this and say, Deb, I can't just go from where I am to maintenance. Okay. Well, you can work to get to that level. And then when you get to that level, make it never an option to fall beneath it. You know, people have come to me and say, well, I had team members quit. I can't control who quits. You can control your width. Were you building like people were going to quit your business, which I already talked about in today's podcast? People will quit your business. You want a business so wide that you can remove some of your biggest players and you'd still be thriving at your management level. So the two things that people will say to me is, so-and-so quit. So, I'm having trouble maintaining. Build. Here's the thing. I'm very, very positive, but I build like people will always be quitting. That's not scarcity mentality. It's called preparation. I build like people are going to quit, and I build like people are going to promote. So in other words, I'm prepared for both of them. And when we're not maintaining, it comes down to one of 3 things. Our bar is very low, and our standards are low, and we're settling for less than we're capable of. That's all in one. People quit, and we didn't prepare for it. People promoted, and we didn't prepare for it. So I'm going to call on your greatness in 2025 and focus on excellence. Raise your standards. Because if you really want to build a business filled with possibilities, a year filled with possibilities, leadership filled with possibilities, a team filled with possibilities, you're driving that bus. And if you're not maintaining, You're not creating excellence on your team. That means you have a team of people not maintaining, right? It's because every single thing we do duplicates, right? I want you to create a vision in 2005. I want you to 2025. I want you to cast it daily. I want you to make it big enough to create generational wealth. Now, some people could hear generational wealth and think just income. That's not really what I'm referring to today. Wealth is so much more than money, right? Generational wealth, to me, when I think about it, is you're carrying a legacy for generations in your business to be able to take advantage of, generations in your family. You know, we all talk about a business that's willable. We talk about generational wealth, but it is absolutely impossible to create that if you're focusing on just what you see. You know, one of the stories I've shared before, and I actually did a podcast, gosh, it dropped November 14th, a few years ago. My daughter, Brooke Neal, was a guest. She was actually my first guest on a podcast. When I started my business, my daughter was 6 years old. She is now one of my vice presidents, and she is going to grow to the top level of my company in 2025. But I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question. Is your vision big enough that somebody that's 6 years old today, because that's what she was at the time that I started, will be one of your top leaders at some point? And that really makes me think of Brooke. My vision had to be big enough to sustain all of the years that she was a child watching me. She watched accomplishments. She watched disappointments. She watched tears. She watched goals completed. She watched goals missed. She watched a lot of times in valleys that I had to get bigger and get stronger. People ask me all the time, how can I get my son or my daughter? I think they'd be amazing at this business, and they're really not interested. And number one, maybe they're just not interested. But I'm going to say this with as much love as I can. Some of you have been sitting at the same management level for years. That's what your kids have seen. They haven't seen the success yet. Now they're ready to embark in their adult life and go out and choose a profession. And you want them to build something that you haven't treated with urgency or a business for X amount of years? Why? So, and that's not meant to sting. It's just meant to be realistic. Give them a reason to join you, grow. Don't wait for them. Now, it took me almost 20 years of building to create that. This business takes time. It takes time. So I want you to think about the time people invest in a job, right? Or any other profession. But you think about this, average people see what is. They look around. They see who's working. They see who isn't working. They base their energy and their passion and their enthusiasm on what's going on around them. Your vision is your imagination. Your goal as a leader is to create a vision so big that others can see themselves in it. If your vision is just maybe whatever the VP level is or your star level in your company, if that's just what it is, and I'm not saying that's not good, but how can you coach somebody else there if that's just, there's not enough room there for both of you? Or what about 10 of you? Or what about 20 of you, right? When we have a small vision, when we settle, we're putting a cement ceiling on our entire team. Generational wealth is created by you. I have people that are promoting to the top level in my business now that after, like, they're down in my organization that I think, what if I would have settled? What if I would have quit? That's generational wealth. They now have the opportunity to create this for generations because I stood the test of time, because my vision stood the test of time, and my business stood the test of time. You determine how many generations will be built. You determine how many generations you will touch. Give people a reason to join you. You are the fire that will take your business to the next level. I love this industry. I love this business. I'm so grateful for the life that I was able to build because I treated this like a business. Build it now. You're building what has the potential to be an asset. Build a very wide organization. Build something so special with such excellence that long after you're gone, your legacy remains. Build something so special that your leadership influences generations to persevere. Build something so special that people ask themselves, gosh, what would Debbie do in this situation? or now input your name. What would so-and-so do in this situation? Build something now that allows others to live their best life. That's the power of network marketing. So happy New Year, my friends. Take 2025 and build what is truly possible in your life. Happy New Year's, friends.